First, the messy middle. I have come to realize, and have experienced this a number of times myself, that leadership, no matter what those of us in the trenches may say, 99% of the time have really good intent. They have thousands of other things on their plate, and I may not understand what all of those are. It may be end of quarter, it may be end of year, the board may be meeting, the board of trustees may be coming, joint commission survey may be starting, there may be an adverse event that's showing up on the headline of the newspaper. There could be so many things. And when they speak in a way that makes sense to them. Very often, there are a few very gifted people who can speak multiple languages, but very often they speak in a language that when I'm in the front lines taking care of patients, and it's my 6th of 7 days in a row, I don't hear very well to all of the other things that are going on around me. So there may be emails, there may be chats, there may be meetings that I can't attend because I'm in a patient's room. There may be all sorts of forms of communication that I could miss. And then when I miss it and something happens, I feel uninformed. And that's the frontline reality. So the frontline reality is taking care of all the patients, being interrupted several times a minute, family demands, patient demands, colleague demands, consults, a patient suddenly getting sick, one person being admitted while another one's being discharged, someone decompensating and needing to go to the ICU. There's all these different things that take place. And so our reality when we're on the front lines is very in the moment and not as big picture. There is a distance between those two, depending on the organization, that can be very small and can be very wide. And it could even depend on the day, month, or the season that the organization is going through. But there's a space there. And it's been my experience that those two lines will continue in parallel until something forces them to come together. Because what we all want to happen is for those two lines to come together somehow so that we can have lasting change, lasting improvement. We're doing this work to actually make a difference. And lasting change means we've had some system recognition, not the moment right in front of us recognition, not the really high level recognition, but we recognize that their system has been created and then we're people working within a system and that we're aligned in that system. We trust each other in that system and we have shared insight in that system. So that to me is what lasting change looks like. But there's this thing called the messy middle that I just stuck that name on and thought about all the things that have gotten in my way, either when I've been in a leadership role and I'm trying to communicate things to the front line in a way that they'll understand and I can gain buy-in, or the frontline reality, I'm in over my head right now. These patients are decompensating. I can't get them to the ICU because there's no ICU bed. Frontline reality in the moment with the patient at the bedside, and then trying to figure out how to elevate that particular issue, recognition of a deteriorating patient and needing to escalate their care. How do I speak about that to leadership, and which leader, in order to be heard?